Good morning, wet shavers, coffee lovers, and podcast listeners everywhere. It's Mark with GeorgeToon.com. It's time for another second cup. So grab a cup of coffee, kick back, relax, put in your earbuds, adjust your speaker volume, and let's talk some wet shaving and a few other things in podcast form. Just to bring you up to speed, Second Cup is a podcast that will give you some additional information that didn't make the Monday morning mailbag deadline. This might be something that is time sensitive. For instance, a sale that could be ending before the next 3MB airs, or a piece of late-breaking information that viewers have passed along that is equally time sensitive, or something else regarding the wet shaving world that needs to be broadcast in a timely fashion. And we'll also have some time to chit-chat and discuss some other things like coffee, movies, streaming shows, books, that sort of thing. So thanks for tuning in to Second Cup. And I hope you subscribe to the podcast, where you can also find episodes of the Monday Morning Mailbag in podcast form. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. We'll get the show underway in just a moment. Thanks for joining me. Well, good morning and welcome to the May 29th, 2023 episode of Second Cup. Wow, May 29th. Where did May go? June is right around the corner. And of course, today is Memorial Day here in the United States of America. It's a national holiday. And Memorial Day, that weekend, Memorial Day weekend, is the unofficial start of the summer season. Now, summer doesn't start until June 21st. We all know this. But Memorial Day usually marks the unofficial start of summer here in the United States. So this weekend has been a lot of family get-togethers and cookouts and barbecues and remembering our honored deceased members of the military services, because that's what Memorial Day is all about, honoring those who served in the military services here in the United States and passed away while in service to the United States of America in any of the military branches. So that is what Memorial Day is all about. And again, it's the unofficial start of summer. Hey, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. I've got 8 o'clock coffee, and I'm using my Kellogg's Cereal City coffee mug, Battle Creek, Michigan. Now, Cereal City was a museum that Kellogg's put up to celebrate the cereal industry and how they started and that sort of thing. I don't think it's up there anymore, but I went up to Battle Creek, Michigan a number of years ago with some other cartoonists, and we visited it. Of course, this coffee mug has Tony the Tiger on there, Frosted Flakes, great cartoon character that advertised cereal, obviously. And it was a really, really neat museum. Again, I don't think it's up there anymore, but the reason why I'm using this mug is because it comes from Battle Creek, Michigan. Now, I'm not going to Battle Creek, Michigan this weekend. I'm going to Adrian, Michigan, because this Saturday, June 3rd, 2023, is Maggard Razor's 6th annual wet shaving meetup. Again, June 3rd, 2023, this Saturday. And I'm looking at their meetup page right here on the web, and they have less than 30 tickets in stock right now. So less than 30 tickets are available right now. So if you're thinking about going, like a last minute plans, get up there and get a ticket, because it looks like they're being snapped up. I think a lot of people are seeing that the weather is really cooperating now. Things are getting warmer. People want to get outside and they want to move around, travel a little bit. And this is the perfect one-tank trip for folks who live, within maybe a 3-4 hour drive. Make for a great, great time. So I'm looking forward to attending, and I hope to see you there. Maggard Razor's 6th annual wet shaving meetup, again, this Saturday, June 3rd, 2023. Well, again, thanks for tuning in to Second Cup. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for all the kind words to all the listeners out there regarding Second Cup. I really appreciate it. I love putting this program together, and it's great to know that there's an audience out there that tune in every week to listen to this show. So thank you all very, very much. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll pay a few bills, and then we'll get the show underway. Viewer Wally Pankowski sent along this heads up, and it comes from Blackland Razors. It appears that the Blackbird razor is once again available in brass. Their headline reads, "Brass is back. Blackbird brass is back and available now." After a long hiatus filled with a lot of customer requests, we're excited to reintroduce the Blackland Brass as a permanent addition to the lineup. And this time around, the Blackbird Brass is even better. First, we've improved the finish by offering the Blackbird Brass in a beautiful satin finish. This creates not only a better looking finish in the short term, but it also helps to make a more even and consistent patina as the brass ages. In testing, we've seen a significant improvement in the uniformity of patina rather than splotchy patina that is sometimes observed with the machine finish. Next, this is the first time that the Blackbird Light has been offered in brass. With half the blade feel of the Blackbird, the Blackbird Light Brass is incredibly smooth with plenty of efficiency. And finally, we've dropped the price. The Blackbird Brass is now the least expensive way to get your hands on a Blackbird or Blackbird Light. For even more savings, build your own bundle for another 15% off. So there you go. Thanks to viewer Wally Pankowski for sending along this heads up regarding Blackland's Blackbird razor, now back as a brass razor, the Blackbird Brass. And it looks like you can get it as the Blackbird Brass and the Blackbird Light Brass, which is absolutely wonderful. Now that 15% bundle offer, not entirely sure if that is still up there. You'll have to go up there and check that out. But that was the email that I received from Wally Pankowski, and I'm thinking it's probably still going to be in effect. That 50% offer will probably still be in effect because it's dads and grads season, so I'm sure that they want to extend that a little bit so that gift giving is a little more affordable for a lot of wet shavers out there. So again, my thanks to Wally Pankowski for sending along this update regarding Blackland Razor's reintroduction of the Blackbird Brass. Thanks again, Wally. Really do appreciate it. Now, we just mentioned that it's dads and grads season, Father's Day right around the corner, graduation for high schoolers and college students, that sort of thing. And of course, a wet shaving gift is absolutely ideal. Introducing someone to the traditional wet shave, or perhaps giving the wet shaver something new for their shave den. It's a great choice. And we just received this in email from Rockwell Razors, the $79 Ultimate Father's Day Kit. And what they're offering is the 6C White Chrome, along with 100 pack of blades, a blade recycling tin, and a manicure set. $79. Now they also have the 6C gunmetal version, 6C gunmetal chrome, again, with 100 pack of blades, blade recycling tin, manicure set. That's $99. They also have a 6S available. So they have the 6S Matte Ultimate Father's Day Kit. This includes a 6S matte razor, 100 pack of blades, blade recycling tin, manicure set. That is regularly $159. It's $139 now. And of course, they have the 6S red, black, and blue. So you can have a 6S in red, black, or blue, 100 pack of blades, blade recycling tin, manicure set, $189 regular price, $169 sale price for Father's Day. How about that? And they've also included the Rockwell T2 Ultimate Father's Day Kit. So that's a T2 razor, 100 pack of blades, a blade recycling tin, and a manicure set. $169. That is a really good price. So something to look at from Rockwell Razors if you're thinking about a gift for dads and grads. They now have what they're calling their Ultimate Father's Day Kit with a variety of their razors. How about that? Really nice offering, and a great gift for Father's Day or a great graduation gift. So just wanted to alert you to that. That's from Rockwell Razors Ultimate Father's Day Kit. Speaking of new razors, viewer Thomas Beaton checked in and he wrote, I was browsing on AliExpress today, as one does, and saw these two new razors. The new razor from Bali is giving me the same vibe as the King C. Gillette with the new logo on the head cap. It's apparently 30% off right now. Now, this is a Bali open and closed comb double-edged safety razor, very similar to the design of the Rollason razor that we reviewed last week. We also talked about it again on the Monday Morning Mailbag. And this one from Bali, it's not identical because the Rollason is built in India, and this Bali is, I think it's out of China. But it does have a closed comb on one side and an open comb on the other side. And it is 30% off. So we will link to that one, and you can check that out. Can't speak to how good it is or how it shaves, but it is a very nice looking razor. He continues, this new one from Yintal, I don't know what to say, but wow, is it ever unique. It's apparently 20% off at the time I'm sending this email. Now, we will also link to this one too. This is what they're calling their new luxurious adjustable safety razor with protective fins. And it is adjustable. It's a different kind of adjustable razor. If you can imagine the Space Needle from Seattle or Toronto, that's kind of what this razor reminds me of. It really does. And it appears to be adjustable. Now, I don't know exactly how it adjusts. It looks like it's got a possibly 1 to 6 level of adjustment. That's what it looks like to me. And it is very sleek. Again, think of a Space Needle. That's kind of what it looks like. And it's 15% off. So you might want to check that one out. We will link that below. And that 15% off right now is, what is that? $13.22. Wow. Again, I can't speak to how it shaves. And at the time I'm recording this, that's what is listed on the AliExpress page. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, folks, but if you've ever been up to AliExpress, you know that sometimes they write their prices on a chalkboard, and they're always changing. They're either going up or coming down, and that can happen in the blink of an eye. So the price that I'm giving you right now, by the time you get up there, could be vastly different. And they also sometimes offer these razors on different web pages at different prices. I've noticed that as well. But a couple of razors there from Thomas Beaton, giving us a heads up on those from Bali and Yintal. So thanks again for the heads up on these AliExpress razors, Thomas. Really, really do appreciate it. Well, Thomas Beaton checked in one more time and he wrote, "Hey, Mark, I stumbled across another new razor on AliExpress. Looks like it hasn't been up long enough to receive reviews, so it's hard to tell if it's in fact a mid to aggressive shaver. Looks like it's well produced. It says it's made of stainless steel, but I think it's most likely plated zinc alloy at that price. But that's fine by me." Now, when you go up to the link, this razor is $3.87. It has a Gillette Tech look to it. And it is something that is made from zinc alloy and aluminum. The handle is aluminum and the razor head is zinc alloy, but it's $3.87. Now, I can't speak to how it shaves, but if you're up on AliExpress and you're buying some other things, you might want to consider throwing this into your cart at less than $4. It could be one of those razors that you could throw into your DOP kit and your carry-on. And if it gets confiscated by TSA, you're only out $4. My gosh. And it could give a good shave for $4. You never know. Could also be a terrible shave. I don't know. But for $4, it's worth the risk. And again, if you're on AliExpress and you're buying some other items that you know are very, very good, you might want to just head over and throw this one in your cart just to have. And it could be that really, really inexpensive bargain travel razor that you can throw in your DOP kit in your carry-on. And again, if it gets confiscated for any reason, no great loss, and hopefully it will deliver a nice, mild, smooth shave. So thanks again to Thomas Beaton for the heads up on this one. Thanks again, Tom. Really do appreciate it. Well, I've got one more razor for you to look at up on AliExpress. This came from a comment from viewer Okie Dokie. And he wrote, "Have you seen the aluminum razor by Jafuli? Do check it out." Now, this is up on AliExpress, and the Jafuli is a classic safety razor. made from aluminum. It comes in 3 finishes: gold, chrome, and gray. And again, this kind of goes with what I said earlier about multiple listings for the same product on AliExpress. One listing shows this razor at $9.81, and another listing shows it at $4.42. And it looks like the listings are identical. A razor and blades. That's what I think. It's razor, blades, and a case. And one is going to be $5 more for some reason. I have no idea why. But anyhow, this is an aluminum razor, either $4.42 or $9.81. And it looks like it's a 2-piece razor with a kind of a neat, futuristic kind of look to it. Oh, and wait a minute. I just noticed why one is $5 more. It's the shipping cost. The one for $4 has a $5 shipping fee, and the one for $9 has free shipping. So there you go. They're both going to be about $9. So regardless of which one you get, price is going to be the same. But again, be aware of a lot of these listings on AliExpress regarding shipping costs and the cost of the razors and that sort of thing, because you can find some identical items on separate listings with free shipping for both of those, where the price could be reduced on one versus the other. But anyhow, the Jafuli razor, it's an aluminum razor. It has a really nice futuristic kind of look to it, and it's less than $10, let's say, and 3 different finishes. So I will link that one below as well. And again, could be another really good bargain razor that you can throw in your DOP kit and put in your carry-on and fly away for that weekend getaway, that sort of thing. And you won't be out a lot of money if it gets confiscated by TSA. Of course, this all hinges on that it gives a good, mild, smooth, efficient shave. So I have no idea how it's going to shave, but you never know. It could give a great, great shave and be a nice, lightweight aluminum razor at a good bargain cost. And if for some reason it gets confiscated by TSA, you're not out a lot of money. So thanks again to Okie Dokie for the heads up on the Jafuli aluminum razor. Really do appreciate it. Viewer Paul Desjardins sent along the following. Mark, well, here's something interesting. I found that my Vikings Blade Crusader adjustment ring was getting harder to turn. Last week, it finally became impossible to turn. After some research, I decided to try something. I opened the butterfly doors and placed it in a bowl. I put a good amount of liquid detergent over it and poured boiling water over it to cover. Right away, I saw scum coming out. Next morning, it worked like new. Now, after every shave, I plug the sink and run hot water to allow my Crusader to soak for a minute as a preventative measure. I guess just rinsing an adjustable razor is not enough to get that soap buildup out. Take care, Paul. Hey, Paul, thanks very, very much for this tip. Very, very helpful. And thanks for allowing me to share it with all the listeners out there. You can get some of that soap scum buildup in a razor over time. I know I have a vintage Gillette Slim J3 that I had replated by Chris over at razorplate.com. And I had replated for 2 reasons. I wanted it replated. I wanted to get a new nickel finish on it. And Chris did an absolutely great job. I can't recommend him enough. Razorplate.com if you have a vintage Gillette razor you want replated. But he also explained to me that he did a vibratory cleaning, like a deep vibratory cleaning of the razor. And that really eliminated all the old soap scum buildup inside that razor that I was not able to get out because, it's a vintage razor. And it just did an absolutely wonderful job. So, yeah, I think the care and maintenance of these razors to keep that soap scum from building up really is beneficial, because I know after a while with the J3, the Gillette Slim J3, it was getting tougher and tougher to give that quarter turn on that bottom knob. That bottom knob controls the opening and closing of the butterfly doors on the Gillette Slim. Well, once you close the doors, you give that bottom knob another quarter turn to lock everything down. But because of all that soap scum buildup inside that razor over years, it was just getting tougher and tougher to make that quarter turn. Now, once Chris went through the cleaning process and did this deep vibratory clean, the inner workings are brand new. I can make that quarter turn very, very easily now. Absolutely wonderful. So yes, Paul, thanks very, very much for the tip on doing some routine maintenance on our twist to open razors to make sure that soap scum doesn't build up too much inside there to where they bind up those internal working parts. Thanks very, very much for the tip, Paul. Really, really do appreciate it. Viewer Rodney Ripplinger checked in and he wrote, "Hi, Mark. I decided to pick up one of those razors like the one you got from Bob LaRoe. This is the Pearl Shaving Open Comb Razor that we did a recent review on. A really, really terrific razor. Anyhow, Rodney continues, I got the last black-handled one, and checking stock, they now have only the chrome versions available. Wow, yeah, well, you know what? The gunmetal or black-handled version, very, very attractive. That starburst on the handle really stands out because of that contrast. And I think possibly that's why those probably are going to go a lot faster than the chrome version ones. Just a guess on my part. He says here, I thought I'd have a mild open comb razor. That one sure fills the bill. It's not really aggressive at all, in my opinion. I wonder if folks that have never had an open comb razor before mistake some minor poking of the comb's tines as a signal that they have chosen an aggressively set up razor. I know I can feel the open comb razor's comb a lot more than the ones with the straight bar type comb. That's the one nice thing about the Mula R41. The open comb on that one doesn't stick you. It's the rest of it you have to worry about. I agree with you there, Rodney. The open comb on the Mula 41, the Mula R41, a little more rounded, a little shorter. So maybe your theory is, maybe your theory does hold a little bit of water here. Maybe the tines on some open combs maybe have a little bit of well, for lack of a better word, a little bit of a poke to them, maybe. They kind of, yeah. Well, you say here a minor poking of the combs. Yeah, that's that's the word I'm looking for. But I tend to agree with you. That might be what's at play here. He also adds here regarding the J-hook technique. He writes, the J-hook technique is not a fluke. It's still working well for me every time. It occurred to me that a slant razor may be imitating the J-hook technique to a certain extent. What do you think? Rodney, hey, a great theory. I'm not entirely sure. I put it to all the listeners and viewers out there. What do you think? Do you think that the J-hook technique somehow mimics the slant, or the slant somehow mimics the J-hook? Very, very interesting. Now, I really haven't done a lot of J-hook maneuvering during my shaves. I'm going to have to do it again. Mantic 59 of Sharpologist has a very good instructive video on these different razor maneuvers that you can utilize during your shave, and I'll make sure to link that below. Hey, Rodney, thanks very, very much for some very insightful comments. Really do appreciate it. Well, we've been talking about a lot of different new razor entries in today's show, and we have one more for you, courtesy of Jimmy V Photography. Now, he just recently got the Henson Titanium Medium. This is a definite top shelf razor, and the titanium adds a little more weight than the Henson aluminum razor. Plus, there are other refinements that they incorporated into the new design of the Henson razor. And Jimmy wrote, hi, Mark. Okay, had my first shave with the titanium medium. 2 days growth. New Voskhod blade, and John Frum in CK6, of course. Yeah, that's the the Phoenix Shaving John Frum shave soap. Absolutely fantastic scent. He continues here, the cube pre-shave was used. I can't remember the last time I shaved without the cube. The titanium weight corrects an issue I had with the aluminum version. Too light. Titanium gives it just the weight that was missing, but without going too heavy. The handle engraving seems to be a bit edgier than the aluminum version. It really locks into your grip. No sliding or slipping, even with wet fingers. It looks the same, but might be a tad deeper. Not sure what it is, but for sure there is a difference in the feel. Additional improvements with the new design is beveling the edges of the head. No sharp edges anywhere. The other is that the lather path is completely open. I like that as it will make cleaning easier and the lather and whiskers flow right through. The shave itself was wonderful, smooth as ice. I pretty much always do 4 passes as I enjoy the process. 1 with the grain, 2 across the grain, 1 against the grain. No irritation, no nicks, no fuss, no muss. The alum gave feedback, but no real stinging. The head angle pretty much puts you on autopilot. Drag it around your face and you are smooth like a baby's butt. Plus, it's titanium. I love titanium. So all the benefits of the Henson head with the updated design of Generation 2. Love this razor. Wow, hey Jim, thanks very, very much for that ringing endorsement of the Henson titanium razor. Folks, we've talked a lot about new razor offerings out there. Check out the Henson titanium. Jimmy V loves it. The added weight is very beneficial to the shave from what he's saying. And the new head design and the improvements really make it a pleasure to shave with. As he says, you're on autopilot. Hey, Jimmy, thanks very, very much for sharing the update on the Henson titanium razor. Folks, we'll have a link in the description below. Thanks again, Jimmy. Now, before I get out of here, let me recommend a movie to you. Memorial Day weekend is not only the unofficial start of summer, but it's the official start of the summer movie blockbuster season. Now, if you're not able to get to a theater, let me recommend a blockbuster movie that you can watch at home with the entire family. It's called The Adventures of Tintin. It was released in 2011. It was directed by Steven Spielberg and also produced by Steven Spielberg and Peter Jackson. They used motion capture technology to create this wonderful computer-generated animated film based on the Belgian comic strip character Tintin by Hergé. Absolutely fantastic movie. This is a Raiders of the Lost Ark type of adventure. Really wonderful movie. And the way the camera moves around, all the action is just incredible. Try to see this on as big a screen at home as you possibly can. Make some popcorn, kick back, relax, and get ready to enjoy a really rollicking adventure of a movie. I really enjoyed this the first time I saw it. It's available on Prime right now, Amazon Prime. It's going to go away in a few days. I don't know where else it's going to be available, but I'm going to get up there and watch it one more time. I happened to see it on the list, and I thought, yeah, I've got to talk about that one. It really was enjoyable. By the way, it stars Jamie Bell, Andy Serkis, Daniel Craig, Nick Frost, and Simon Pegg. It is wonderful. It really is a different kind of movie. It has a great look to it. The animation is wonderful, again, because they do this motion capture, but they do so much more. You are absolutely right there with the characters as they're jumping, diving, falling, running. It's absolutely amazing. I just thoroughly enjoyed this movie when I saw it. And again, great for the entire family. So, The Adventures of Tintin from 2011, directed by Steven Spielberg, produced by Peter Jackson and Steven Spielberg, starring Jamie Bell, Andy Serkis, Daniel Craig, Nick Frost, and Simon Pegg. And that wraps up another Second Cup. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. I sure hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, please share, please subscribe, and pass it along to a fellow wet shaver or friend. My thanks to everyone who contributed to today's show. And I mean this sincerely. Without you, this microphone would be silent. If Second Cup or the Monday Morning Mailbag aren't showing up in your regular podcast feed, please drop me a line at mondaymailbag@gmail.com and we'll try to get it all sorted out. So again, thank you all very much. I look forward to getting together with you again on these podcast airwaves. Until then, enjoy the day, enjoy your shave, and enjoy that second cup.